Welcome back to 5 Talk Street. I'm Christy Nelson, and my next guest is an international speaker and trainer and author of 4 etiquette books covering all aspects of etiquette, protocol, and communication. Colleen Rickenbacher is joining me today. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now you and I agree that our society, current society, lacks in just basic manners. What do you think we're lacking?
I think mainly the dining etiquette. People will go into a restaurant and they don't know how to set a table. Now, this table setting here is elaborate, to say the least.
It has a few more utensils and glasses than I think we normally have at our table.
Yeah, normally when people in their evening meal, if they only need a fork, that's all they're going to set out is just a fork. But it's nice for a business meal when you do sit down at a table that you do know what's necessary to have there.
Okay, so what is necessary? What would you suggest?
If when you come in, the easiest thing to remember is work your way in. And so if all of a sudden you sit down and a soup is served, then you're just going to go to the outside spoon because it is your soup spoon, and so that's the one you're going to take first. So just go and use your outside spoon. The next one would be for your coffee, which would be your teaspoon. So just, and if you don't know, turn to you. Hopefully you're your host, and so you're just going to cheat and look at whatever the one they're going to take, then just go ahead and take theirs.
I would assume if the host puts out all these utensils, they know how to use them.
Exactly.
Now, in restaurants, what are some other suggestions you have for people? Now, one thing I noticed here is that you've got a water glass and 2 wine glasses. Why? Why do you have so many glasses there?
Whenever you start out, your water glass is always your top glass. That's going to be your one that's going to start out, and normally it's the one that's going to be at the closest knife to your plate. So that's always a hint that's going to be your water glass. The red wine or the red glass, your red wine glass is going to be your top glass, and it's always in a descending order, and sometimes it depends how much space you have on the table. But I always think of the American flag, the red, the white, you don't have a blue, and it comes down, and sometimes it can be across from each other. It depends on how much space you have. If you prefer not to have that wine, then the waitstaff will take that other glass away from you.
Okay, well, let's talk about the way you behave in restaurants. Now, a lot of people take their cell phones everywhere with them.
Yes.
And I have been in many dinners where the person is constantly talking or texting. What should you be doing, and how should you handle it if your companion is doing that?
It's nice if you can just say, you know, I love to have a conversation with you. And what you're saying is, who's more important, the person sitting across from you or the person you're sitting there texting? What's very sad is that when there's 2 people at a dinner table or in a restaurant, one's talking on the phone and the other person there's texting. What's the purpose of even going out with somebody if you're not even paying attention?
Good point. Plus, you're annoying the people around.
Exactly.
Well.
Especially if you're by yourself. If you just go into a restaurant, maybe you're traveling and you're by yourself, you're talking on the phone, you're annoying all the people around you because chances are you're talking loud, and so it's very upsetting.
Okay, so what are some of your other pet peeves about dining?
Talking with your mouth full, that's my number one, and it's a one thing. You do it if someone asks you a question, and my other suggestion is take small bites. Take very small bites because inevitably someone's going to ask you a question right away. Take a small bite or motion, just motion that you're going to take, you know, you're going to answer them, but give them a couple seconds to do it that way.
I do need you to settle the score on something.
Yes.
Now, when the food is served and the other people have not been served, I have heard other etiquette experts say you eat when the food is hot. So when you are served, you start eating, but you disagree.
I do disagree.
Why?
If there's 4 or 5 people at the table, then you should wait for everybody to be served. But say somebody at that table is a vegetarian or they have a religious belief, then they should say, please begin your meal. My meal may be delayed for a couple minutes. They've given you permission, then yes, then you should begin your meal. Don't argue back and forth. Say, oh, no, we'll wait. Oh, no, please begin. Oh, no, we'll wait. Please begin. They've given you permission so you can begin your meal. So that's different.
So the key is getting that permission from the person who has that.
Because you don't want your meal to get cold. So they've actually, now if that person that's getting that special meal doesn't say, please begin, then you as the host or someone else at the table will say, Christy, do you mind if we begin our meal? Ours is going to get cold. I'll check with the waitstaff to see where yours is.
That's always some drama attached to that. Do we eat or do we not eat?
Yes.
So thanks for clearing that up. And Colleen has all kinds of tips, so make sure you check her out online. And we'll be right back with more of 5 Talk Street. Don't go away.